many of us drank a glass of water this morning? According to livestrong.com, drinking a glass of water has a reputation of increasing metabolism, satisfying hunger, quenching thirst, and making you feel alert throughout your whole day. Also, have you ever wondered the effect that water has to us and our environment? Water is a huge portion. It's really important to our life and to our body. Personally, I can speak to you about water because I ran cross country in college and in high school. It is important to stay hydrated during running cross country because we run such distances, and it's really important to maintain a water level because when you run you sweat a lot and you can probably dehydrate and pass out while running. Also, living in the desert, attending college in the desert, it gets really hot here. So drinking a lot of water is really crucial because you never know, you might be driving from Desert Hot Springs and your car might break down, you don't have a cell phone, and the worst could happen. The importance of water is vital to our body, and humanity needs to recognize the value of it. The importance of drinking. First, I will speak about the importance of drinking water. Secondly, I want to speak of how water is taken for granted. And thirdly, water is able to be manufacturable in the near future. To begin, I will explain how water plays an important role in our body. Water. Humans are mostly made out of water. Slender adults are approximately 60% water. Slender women are approximately 55% water. Newborn babies are 78% water until they turn 1. Most babies usually drop around 10% of body water and are at 65% water. And for oversized males and females, it depends on their body fat to depend on their body water. Our brain, lungs, and blood are mostly consistent of more than 2/3 of our water. And a 2% drop in our water body level can cause us to start feeling fuzzy, short-term memory, trouble with basic math, and reading small print. According to the news article Black Press USA. Like a well-oiled machine, a human needs water to help them salivate and fluids to keep our joints protected. Plus, on top of that, it regulates our metabolism, alleviates constipation, and regulates our body temperature. Water is sacred in our lives. It doesn't seem like it today, but sooner than we think it'll be scarce source to all of us. According to the Water Council, it's an organization, the Water Council. Every day in our lives, we are involved with water. No matter what we do to get a grasp of it, we have a bad habit of using it or treating it carelessly. Here's a graph that 1950, our groundwater level, the pink line that shows our population. As you can see, it is constantly increasing more than our water level, fresh water supplies is. The dark blue line is the ground and surface water combined. And in 1985, our fresh water took a jump down due to factors like pollution and natural factors. Life in the U.S. is great. You can turn a knob, flip a switch, and boom, you got instant water, fresh, clean water. Having easy access to water makes us take it for granted, while the less fortunate continents like Africa, for example, struggle every day to have any access to any water at all. According to the organization, the Water Project, an average American family of 4 easily uses 400 gallons of water a day, and approximately 7% of that water is used indoors, and making the toilet #1 consumer of water, consuming 27% of the 400 gallons of water. All toilets tend to use 3.5 to 7 gallons of water per flush. But in modern society now, there's new toilets that have a water sense label on them, and they can save up to 75 up to 80% of water per flush. According to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, that saves 3.575 gallons per flush. Now that you know how water is taken for granted and can be used carelessly, it might seem abundant to us. Although water is not a copious element, even the planet is 70% of water, it is a finite source. Which brings me to my next topic, the manufacture of water. Increasingly important to the developed world. The United Nations in 2006 mentioned that 20% of the water that the world, 20% of the world does not have any fresh water. According to BBC News, leads us to why can't we just make it? The Journal of Chemical Science explains to us that water is it's H2O, 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom. So it's 2 simple chemical structures. So it should be an easy way to make water, right? Wrong. Making water is a lot more difficult, since hydrogen, the hydrogen atom, is a really flammable element, and oxygen supports combustion. When you try to add both of the elements together, it creates a huge explosion. You just can't simply combine the 2 atoms without going through the process of combining the electrons. Display shows. There must be energy involved. To summarize what I said, summarize what I said. The importance of drinking water is really beneficial towards us. We must not take it for granted. And water is manufacturable, but this does not mean that it will change the outcome for the future. We must think about our future generations. And I hope you guys value water more now after what I taught you guys. Thank you.